To a double main event this evening with the world's greatest and finest vitamins, the most sophisticated omega product in the world today, and the most advanced multivitamin, Essential One, are our two today's specials with the amazing Andrew Lessman, a story that spans more than 4 decades, a passion for perfection, and truly the pursuit to bring all of our HSN customers the best of the best. We're going to get started first with the omega-3, the most advanced formula, potent, powerful, with no fishy aftertaste. But first, Mr. Andrew Lessman joins us live from Santa Monica. Andrew, it is great to see you. How are you?
I am great, Adam. How are you?
I'm thrilled that we're doing this tonight, Andrew. What an awesome two today's specials we've got.
No, it's literally our two, I'd say, most essential products, because that's what defines them. Our essential omega-3. Omega-3s are nutrients that your body can't make. And if you're not getting them from your diet, which most Americans do not, you're going to suffer the consequences. Most Americans, unfortunately, don't get a sufficient amount, especially of DHA, the omega-3 that we focus on. And then we'll be talking about our Essential One multivitamin, which everyone knows vitamins and minerals are what defines a healthy diet. Also, those are essential nutrients too. So the two products we'll be talking about are the most important essential nutrients that every American, every person could focus on.
Well, folks, there's a lot to tell you, and obviously everybody always wants to know, is this the same as the others out there? No, no fishy aftertaste, gentle on the stomach. We're going to show you how easy it is to understand the difference between this and everything else. But first, the price. Andrew mentioned it, but tonight with our two blockbusters, pennies per day on the amazing omega-3 from Andrew. The best pricing of the year is right now. You can choose 30, 90, 180, 360, or 720. The 720 caps is only available today. Normally, that's the largest size. Andrew, I was looking at the numbers earlier. I mean, right now you can get, it's better than a buy one, get one on the 360. It's less money, you're saving a huge amount. That's what you call a today's special.
The price, the first time we did a Today Special on my omega-3 product was over 20 years ago. That product then was half the potency of the product today. That product then cost almost twice as much as the product today. So as a manufacturer, as I say, the thing I struggle with most isn't making the best vitamins, but it's making them more and more affordable. So despite this being the best omega-3 product you'll find, and we'll talk about why, despite it being the very best, it ends up being pennies a day. And when you read the research, it says that the perfect dose should be about 500 milligrams daily. Our single capsule is 500 milligrams. Unless you have underlying heart disease or your doctor, cardiologist, ophthalmologist told you need more, that one capsule is all you need. And that one capsule in the large size is pennies a day. It's less than 20 cents a day. So despite my being able for the next several minutes to talk about how unique this is, how special it is, how it's unlike any other vitamin you'll find in the world, how much easier to swallow it is, how it will never upset your stomach, that it has no fishy aftertaste, that it's environmentally responsibly made, all of these things, that it gives you the proper omega-3s in their natural form, unlike typical products, which focuses on the wrong forms, synthetic form. We do all these things right, and despite that, it's as affordable as it's ever been, and best pricing ever, and it's more affordable, higher potency than when I introduced it. And I find myself saying this often, what products do you know that 25 years later are more affordable and even better quality than they were 25 years ago, but much more affordable?
Just not many. That's the reality of it. And Andrew's products continue to evolve. They get better. They improve over time. So we have our sizes. They're all on 5 flex pay, we know. We already have hundreds and hundreds of people ordering, over 10,800 now reserved. So bear that in mind as you opt for yours. Most people are going for that large size. If you're just taking it, or there's a partner in the family who's taking it, obviously the savings are sensational. Andrew, doesn't it boil down to the fact that, you know, your body can't give you what this omega product gives you, and there are consequences to not having it, or to not giving your body what it so richly needs?
Well, our bodies were brilliantly designed. I mean, they work incredibly well for our lifetimes, but unfortunately, our bodies were designed to live in a world where omega-3s were abundant.
Right.
The world we live in, they are not. So unfortunately, we do not get these omega-3s from our diet. And because we were designed to live in a world where they're abundant, our design means that we can't make omega-3s. We can't make the DHA that makes up 2/3 of your brain. And that's, I said this earlier today, that when we talk about our brain, and you talk about the fact that DHA is 2/3 of the weight of our brain, that's an incredible statement, because as critical as calcium is, and we know how critical it is for our bones, it isn't 2/3 of our bones, not even close. So when you say that about our brain, it's no wonder that when you start looking at research in terms of even mood, which is, we always think about memory and concentration and a brain that ages in a healthy fashion. When you think about mood, there's research and science that talks about a healthy, positive, balanced mood. And omega-3 intake is right there as being foundational. So we all know about the heart health benefits to omega-3s. But when we talk about the benefits to the brain and talk about benefits to our eyes, it's inescapable. We need these. It's part of our blueprint, and we don't get these from our diet. So you don't have to get mine. I could talk about why it's superior in terms of DHA, what makes up your brain. We uniquely focus on that. The typical omega-3 is just an industrial commodity product, and that industrial commodity is synthetic. It's EPA over DHA. We're a custom-made natural product. I have to have our fish oil specially made for us because I insist on it being a natural balance, the blueprint for which isn't what's cheap, the blueprint for which is what works best for you, what follows your body's blueprint. And that's what we do. That's why it's so much better than anything else. That's why it's rated 4.7 stars with not 35 reviews, but I think about 3,500 reviews, where almost 90% are 5-star, that 97, 98% are positive reviews. So it's a product I couldn't make any better. Every time I improve it a little bit, and it's an opportunity to give your body something that unfortunately we don't get from our diet. And if we don't get from our diet, our brain, our eyes, our heart, those are the organs that are in the most dire need of these critical ingredients.
There's the little pot of gold. You see it right in front of us. Smaller, much smaller than you see from some of these other capsules over here, which is what we're so familiar with, that you might have bought in the big box store or the drugstore or the vitamin store. These are the typical sizes that you would see. This is significantly smaller. So maybe you gave up in the past. Maybe you already know the importance of taking an omega product, but you just couldn't do it. Your body didn't like it. It didn't like the size of the capsule. It didn't like the taste. It didn't like the after effects. That's why you have to try Andrew's. And when Andrew talks about the 3,200 plus 5-star reviews, it gives us all that confidence to say, well, those that have come before us have really loved it. We're processing calls right now from nearly 1,000 people, a lot of people ordering online. I want to share with you, most people are going for that larger size. And to really put it in perspective, the larger size is a monster 720 capsules. Right now is better than a buy one, get one, and it works out to pennies a capsule. So really an amazing opportunity. Andrew, you always talk about one of the principles of being on air is about really sharing the information. And one of the things that you've said, one of the sound bites, is this idea that what most of us have bought in the past is the inferior form when we buy omega products. Can you just explain further on that? Because to most of us, that's eye-opening.
It's not all that complicated. That, first of all, the typical form you'll find in omega-3 product, whether it's the EPA or the DHA, and I'll explain that in a moment, is something called an ethyl ester. Fatty acids, when they exist in a natural system, are typically going to be in their triglyceride form. In fact, we know when we go to the doctor, we find out what our triglycerides are. And also, if you want a wonderful natural tool that supports healthy triglyceride levels, it's an omega-3 product. So we know that triglycerides are the natural form of these fatty acids, yet the typical omega-3 product is an ethyl ester. An ethyl ester is synthetic. Even though it says fish oil, it's a synthetic form of that fish oil. And that ethyl ester, unfortunately, when your body processes it, if it manages to absorb it, because it's not as well absorbed, it liberates trace amounts of alcohol, ethanol. That ethyl ester, when it's broken down, liberates some ethanol. And ethanol is something that I think if we're going to be consuming it, we want to know we're consuming it, say, in wine or something like that, but not with our omega-3s. But even more than that, even if it was delivered in triglycerides, I'd say 99% of the omega-3 products on the market are about 2/3 EPA, 1/3 DHA. So it's mostly EPA and less DHA. Both are important. DHA is most important. Remember, what makes up over 60% of your brain? DHA. What is even more concentrated than that in the retina of your eye, which our retina is so fragile and needs to be protected over the course of our lifetime? Again, even more concentrated than in our brain is DHA in our retina of our eyes. So the right way to make an omega-3 that follows your blueprint looks at the myocardium, your heart. What's the principal omega-3 in your heart? DHA. So that is why my product is uniquely higher in DHA than EPA. It's only in the natural triglyceride form, which is better absorbed, and the way Mother Nature delivers it to us and the way we use it. So to do it any other way is to just be making something up that isn't as natural, isn't as naturally beneficial, and doesn't follow the blueprint of your body. If you look at sort of the hierarchy of omega-3 fatty acids, at the top of the list is DHA. And we literally have to go about making our own omega-3s for you. Again, they're natural, but we have to balance them so that you get the natural and most beneficial balance. That's not what other products are doing. In fact, just something else we do. We make sure our omega-3s are more concentrated. And by being more concentrated, it means it's a smaller capsule. It will be easier to swallow. It's also, oddly enough, or ironically, you wouldn't think that, it's milder. So our omega-3s will never upset your stomach. We don't reduce the fishy aftertaste. We totally eliminate it. But here as well, I have some omega-3s we got here. We have a shot here as well. We have competing capsule shots. Right. So you have some capsules there. I have some capsules here as well that are actually about 60% the amount of actual beneficial omega-3s. Wow. There we go. And if we could get a little lower there. So the little capsule here, probably might be better if I put it on there because we can't see because of the edge. Now we could see.
I'm winning the battle, Andrew, currently, just so you know.
Here we go. Oh, this is not it's not level here. So, but here you can see the little one contains 50% more omega-3s than the big one. Right. And same here. The typical omega-3 product is going to give you 300 to 400 milligrams of omega-3. That tiny little capsule in the middle is mine. It's 500 milligrams. So again, I'm not sure what the dark colors in their capsules are actually, but ours gives you more. It's in the natural form. It won't upset your stomach. There's no fishy aftertaste. And there's truly nothing else like it in the world of omega-3 products. And we need to get to know the world of omega-3 products, or we need to be eating fatty fish every day. I have a lot of friends who, because of environmental reasons, fear of contamination, things like that, they don't eat fish anymore. So if you want to be absolutely certain you're getting your omega-3s and you're not getting a fatty or oily fish every single day, you need to be taking omega-3. It doesn't have to be mine, but if you want a product that's guaranteed to be contaminant-free, that's balanced as the way Mother Nature intended it to be balanced in the first place, which is focusing on DHA, and in its natural triglyceride form. It makes no sense to me, I mean, having me pull my hair out of my head to think that, okay, we start with fish oil. That's a natural thing. Yeah. And we're going to industrially process it and turn it into ethyl esters, and we still call it a natural fish oil when it's nothing but a synthetic byproduct of a fish oil. So again, we do it correctly. If you read the reviews, and I'll read some in a moment, this is a product that, of all things, a fish oil product, 4.7 stars, almost 90% of our reviews are 5 stars. And yes, that makes me proud, but that should also make you confident in trying the product.
And at the price that we've got it for today, absolutely the most confidence of all the days of the year to buy Andrew's Omega-3. This day is the single best day for the biggest value, the greatest savings. So here's the price chart so you really understand what we're offering. No matter what size, it's on 5 FlexPay. So let's start there. Even the smallest 30 caps, The price is, you know, $12.90. That's on 5 flex pay if you'd like to. And why not, hey? Why not? Take advantage of it. There's a $30.90, $180, $360. Normally we stop at $360 because it's the today's special. Andrew does the large size. We like to stock up. We want the true economies of scale. We want the biggest bang for our buck. Normally 720 caps would be $309.90. If you order today, it's $139. So you're saving more than you're spending. You're saving more than you're spending. You're getting really better than a buy one, get one on the 360. So we know the price is right. And we know the effect with regards brains, eyes, heart health is so important, which is why so many of us have looked at or considered taking an omega product over the years. Again, no fishy aftertaste. Andrew, what's the secret there? How do you eliminate the fishy aftertaste? Because that really is remarkable.
Well, if you're using a fish product, obviously it's going to have a fishy odor or a fishy aftertaste. So I just figured that Mother Nature has got to have a way to deal with that. So what we then did is we went to natural extracts. My original product was peppermint and spearmint. That we used peppermint and spearmint to cover the fishy aftertaste. And it masked it, but you still had a bit of a peppermint and spearmint taste, which everyone loved, which is fine. And we actually still have that product available. But what we found was there was a unique extract of orange. And that unique extract of orange, it created this, it was sort of a marriage with fish oil that didn't just cover it, it neutralized it. So you were left with neither orange nor fish oil. So again, as I always say, if we just pay careful attention to Mother Nature, she generally gives us the solution to our problems. And as I always say about my products, and this is no exception, that fish oil is a natural ingredient. And my job should be to follow the natural blueprint, deliver that ingredient as naturally as possible, and just get out of the way, get out of Mother Nature's way, and not turn it into an ethyl ester, and not do all these strange things to an otherwise natural ingredient. What I want to do, I have some charts here that go over a little bit of the science, and then go through a few reviews.
Great.
But I think a lot of us don't have an appreciation that omega-3s, even today, I was looking at my research package, there are about 30 pages of abstracts, probably about 150 summaries of studies, all of which were just published in the last few years. So that omega-3s are something that are constantly, not just frequently, constantly being examined and reconsidered and considered and looked at, because it's far more than heart health benefits. We are now talking about benefits to our brain, benefits to our cognitive function as we age, our memory as we age, all of the things that we want to cling to and hold on to as we age. Omega-3s, as a critical structural component of our brain, DHA is 2/3 of our brain. It's no wonder that a healthy brain, a healthy functioning brain, requires not just adequate, it requires levels of omega-3 that we just don't get in the American diet. But if we look back at that chart there, as you can see, more than 27,200 papers have been published on the benefits of omega-3 fatty acids, including almost 5,000 meta-analyses and systematic reviews. And those are the serious clinical studies. And then over 3,300 human clinical trials have been published on the benefits of consuming omega-3 fatty acids. So what I'm talking about when I talk about them is not something that's hardly been considered. This is something that has been the subject of serious clinical research, far more than any medication or any drug gets considered. And certainly this is not a drug or a medicine. It's something better. It's an essential nutrient we all need to be healthy. So our omega-3 is guaranteed no fishy aftertaste, no fishy repeat, no stomach upset, no mercury, no lead, no heavy metals whatsoever. We test every batch. We test our capsules. No PCBs, no dioxins, no other organic contaminants. No huge capsules to swallow because it's small, it's ultra pure, and because it's ultra pure, you get higher potency per capsule. You get a perfect 500 milligrams per capsule. All omega-3 fatty acids, they can't be made by the body. They can only come from a diet or supplement. Americans, we don't get it from our diets typically at all. Without adequate omega-3 intake, deficiency or insufficiency will occur. It's inescapable. You can't avoid it. So best results are only achieved when consumed daily, like eating oily fish every day. If you're not eating oily fish every day, you need to take some omega-3 product every day. There's another chart. The only other ingredient that shares this chart is coenzyme Q10. That omega-3s, there's clinical science research that talks about its beneficial role, especially with triglyceride levels, but also blood pressure levels, blood cholesterol levels, and blood sugar levels. So when we're talking about these numbers that I monitor mine carefully. I love to keep them in the healthy normal range. And I know that my omega-3s and also my CoQ10 are two ingredients about which they're unique in that they all act as another opportunity, another tool for us to keep those numbers in the healthy normal range. So hopefully all of that gives you a sense of the absolute inescapable essential nature of omega-3s. And just in terms of the product from Magda in Ohio, amazing. This is the best fish oil I've ever used in my entire life. There is no aftertaste, and it does not make you sick to your stomach like other brands. I can easily take 2 or more at the same time and not worry. I've been on these for about 1 year now. The price is all worth it. Today, it's pennies a day. I am so much healthier today than a year ago. Andrew, thank you so much. Your vitamins are the best of the best. Thank you, Magda. The very best product you will find. We don't add the capital letters or the exclamation points. I've tried all similar products, and despite the claims that you will not taste it, I did. This product is amazing, does what it says, and there's no aftertaste whatsoever. I will repurchase this in the future. I will never buy another similar product. I trust the name behind this product, and you will be happy with purchasing this product as well. A couple more. Love these vitamins. These vitamins from Andrew Lessman are by far the best of the best. I've been taking these for 3 years now and just love them. And when they have a Today Special with free shipping and handling, you cannot beat the price. I ordered the huge container. I cannot say enough about these vitamins. Thanks HSN and Andrew Lessman for bringing in these awesome vitamins. We have all sorts of great reviews here, reviews that talk about dry eyes. The best of the best. This is the only omega-3 supplement I would ever use. I've been taking them for many years, no burps. I trust this line of supplements to be pure. Love them. I encourage you to read the reviews. We don't pull out the bad reviews. All of our reviews are validated, verified reviews. And as I said before, almost 90% are 5-star reviews for a high potency omega-3 product. I think that's almost hard to believe that an omega-3 product could be that perfectly reviewed.
It really is one of the most wonderful finds, and you know, so many of our viewers tonight have been with us for 40+ years. So many people watching tonight are maybe joining for the first time. Maybe it's interesting to know that of all the brands, all the products, all the things that you see on the Home Shopping Network, the most successful product line in HSN's history, the most well-reviewed product line in Home Shopping Network's history, with the least amount of returns ever, is the Andrew Lessman line of vitamins. Nothing that we offer is better than this in every regard. Purity, efficacy, the ability to deliver an awesome experience from beginning to end, the pursuit of perfection. I mean, Andrew, it really starts with what you committed to with regards the amazing facility in Henderson, Nevada, where all of these vitamins and supplements come from. Let's just spend a moment there if we can.
Yeah, and that's something that it's not just that it's solar powered, just the existence of our own factory makes us unique. I would say 90% of the vitamins that you buy in stores or that you buy online are not made by the company that's selling them to you. And I'm not talking about the website itself, the retailer, that the company whose brand it is, they didn't make the product. It was made for them by a contract manufacturer. Also, those pictures, a lot of people say that looks like a model. It doesn't look like a real factory.
Oh, it's real.
That's our factory. That's our factory, and it's entirely solar powered. We do not have to purchase power. We do not have to burn fossil fuels to make your vitamins. So we make them as responsibly in terms of energy and the planet as we do in terms of purity to you. Because again, there's no additives, there's no contaminants. We make sure that you're getting the omega-3s in their perfect form. And I have a number of other charts here that talks about the science, but just to finish on that thought, that our products are so unique that we couldn't rely on a contract manufacturer to make them for us. Right. We had to make them ourselves, because to make a product this unique, we required our own manufacturing facility. Frankly, the last thing I wanted to do was have the responsibility, the investment, the technology. It is an elaborate company that we have in terms of the technology, in terms of the science, in terms of the quality assurance that's required to make products in a regulated environment like this. But the only way I could assure you the quality that you're getting is if I really took that plunge and made that investment in technology and science in a facility that can make products like products you will not find in any store anywhere in this country or any country for that matter. So that's how unique these are. And when you talk about our omega-3s, you're not just talking about something for heart health. Yeah. You're talking about something that has a substantial, an enormous impact on the structure of our brain. Not enormous. You can't have a brain without DHA. Right. You just can't. Two-thirds of it, the weight of the brain, the dry weight of the brain is DHA. And remember, your body can't make DHA. So the only way we have a healthy brain is if we struggle to get it from our diet. And as we get older, that struggle has consequences. So it's so important, whether it's having a balanced mood every day, whether it's having great memory and cognitive function as we age. Omega-3s are a critical part of our brain function. Our eyes, our retina, as concentrated, remember, DHA is two-thirds of our brain. It's even more concentrated in the retina of our eye. So if we want to have healthy eyes over the course of our lifetime, we have to pay attention to the structure of our eyes, and that's DHA. And unfortunately, most omega-3 products, they focus on EPA, not DHA. We focus on DHA precisely for that reason. It's what your heart favors, it's what your eye favors, it's what your brain favors, and it's what they want, and that's why we focus on DHA. It's more expensive to do that, but you wouldn't know it from the price because, again, you're getting a full 500 milligrams per capsule, and I think it's pennies. It ends up being about 18 or 19 cents a day in the large size.
We are minutes away from the official launch of Andrew's amazing Essential One for the first time officially with the addition of CoQ10. We can't wait to talk about that as well. I know thousands of you have picked up the Omega product this evening, obviously with a one-day only price that is made to be irresistible. 5 flex pay, free shipping and handling, from the largest size to the smallest size, to the try me size, to the I don't want to run out size. Here's what the pricing looks like. When you go small, you're looking at really only $12 and change. This column is the special pricing for today only. That's what the pricing will be tomorrow, and this is the column of savings. As you move your way down, when you call in a couple days, that's the largest size that is offered, okay, 360. Great size, but it would normally cost you $159. If you take your $159 and spend it today, we'll double the size and give you $20 back in change. Total savings are through the roof. So really an amazing opportunity. You think about the big box store, the discount store, the drugstore, all the places that you go to buy vitamins. We believe this is as good as, if not quite frankly, a lot better than you would spend. And as Andrew proves time and time again with the information and the science and the evidence and the facts, there is no competition. This is the most sophisticated omega product out there, bar none.
No, it's not that we think it's better or I think it's better. Objectively, if something's more pure, I think that makes it better.
Right.
Objectively, if something is in its natural form versus a synthetic form, I think that's better, especially when the science says the natural form works better than the synthetic form. I think if there's a form that represents the majority of our brain, of our eye, and of our cardiac tissue, our heart, our myocardium, I think if that form of omega-3 is the favored form in our body, I think it makes sense. Objectively, factually, it's going to be a superior product that focuses on that too, just as your body focuses on that. So it's really straightforward why this product is superior. And then it's not enough to just make a great omega-3 product. And I learned that 30 years ago. I've been making an omega-3 product for 42 years. But I learned 30 plus years ago that it didn't matter if I made a great omega-3 product, if it upset your stomach, if it was hard to swallow. I read at that time, there were no reviews, it was just nasty letters, nasty phone calls, that I was making a nasty product. So until I figured out how, I actually made my omega-3 product go away. I stopped making it until I was able to figure out. And I used my Breath Plus product that freshens our breath naturally from the inside out. I used the peppermint and spearmint extract from my Breath Plus to eliminate the fishy aftertaste in my original omega-3 product when we first started doing that decades ago. And now with our orange extract, there's no fishy, there's no fishiness, there's no mint, there's nothing. It is as pure as whatever they'd say a spring day. So, but I was going to read some more reviews here, a little bit on the science. That to me is some of the most exciting science. I've read reviews about the science for our, dry eyes, because one of the easiest things to do for dry eyes is to simply make sure you have adequate amounts of omega-3. Ophthalmologists recommend that all the time. But when you talk about the brain, most of us think about the heart and omega-3s. We don't think about the brain, but we should, because again, 60% of our brain is DHA, the omega-3 that we focus on. So if associations with omega-3 content are causal, meaning that if the omega-3 in our diet either causes issues we see in the brain or not, optimization of omega-3 then might have a role in how our brain functions. So fatty acid intake could improve retention of cognitive function in old age. So this is from a Taiwanese neurological journal. Evidence is accumulating to suggest omega-3 fatty acid deficiency contributes to accelerated cognitive decline. That's not a good thing because most Americans are deficient or insufficient in omega-3s. Recent studies have associated deficits in DHA, what we focus on, abundance with cognitive decline during aging. Overall cognitive performance and psychomotor speed were positively correlated with DHA and EPA status, meaning that as DHA and EPA go up, cognitive abilities go up. As they go down, cognitive abilities suffer. From Nature and Neuroscience, brain and retina DHA decrease resulting from nutritional deficiency or just aging are associated with reduced cognitive ability, increased emotional behavior, and decreased vision. From the Journal of the American Heart Association, our results support the beneficial effect of fish consumption, the major source of long-chain omega-3 polyunsaturated fats, on brain health in later life. This is from the American Heart Association. In this study among older men and women, plasma phospholipid long-chain omega-3 polyunsaturated fatty acids, and in particular DHA, what we focus on, were associated with specific findings consistent with better brain health. Again, the American Heart Association. From a journal called Trials, a recent prospective study showed that daily omega-3 fatty acid supplements were associated with lower risk of cognitive decline in Chinese adults over the age of 55. Thus, omega-3 fatty acid supplementation could be a suitable and safe prevention treatment for cognitive decline in older adults. We'll do one more from the Nutrition Journal. In conclusion, the present study reveals that 5 weeks daily intake of omega-3 fatty acids from fish oil has the potential to improve cognitive functions and cardiometabolic risk factors in healthy middle-aged to elderly adult cohort. One last, I just love these, from Neurology. Dietary intake of fatty fish is the main source of the omega-3 fatty acids DHA and EPA, and increased fish consumption has been shown by the majority of studies published to date to lower the risk of cognitive decline. A recent trial found that daily supplementation with DHA, again, what we focus on, in older adults for 24 weeks improved learning and memory function. And let's face it, we are all aging, and with aging naturally comes cognitive decline. Our memory becomes less effective, our verbal memory less effective. So if we want to embrace what they talked about in literally a dozen charts there, we need to make sure we get the omega-3 fatty acids that are essential for the structure of our brain, the function of our brain, and that's DHA, and that's exactly what we do.
And there it is, part one of our double main event this evening. Andrew's omega-3 is a today's special. At today's special pricing, stay in the ordering process for yours. I'm going to head over this way to number 2. Our second amazing offer is, of course, as Andrew knows, my